Hello there, it's Mike from HobbyPrint. I just want to take you through receiving a pre-filled ink tank system that's been installed to check for compatibility with firmware. That being the chips are compatible with the printer. Now, because we've installed the cartridges, we've broken the seal and they could potentially leak. So what we've come up with is a way to ship it out and avoid any kind of leakage. And I'm going to take you through what you do on this WF-2110 and how you would install it without getting any mess on you. You will get a little bit of mess on your fingers pulling out some bungs, but you can put some gloves on. But look, let's get into this. I'm not going to touch the CISS unit just yet. We'll get to that. Let's deal with the cartridges straight away. So the printer, you want to set it so that you can freewheel the cartridge carriage. Now, because we're sending this printer out with this CISS, we will have already done that. All it is you turn on the power lead, turn on the power button and pull the power lead out the back, and that's it. That allows you then to freewheel. So let's get into the CISS, what we're going to do, how we do it. So you take this masking tape off, and we use masking tape so that we don't get sellotape residue all over. And now the slightly mucky bit would be carefully pull these bungs out. They can be a little bit tight, but that's what we want. We don't want any leakage. Strangely enough, they can be rather difficult to get in. They can play you up. There we go. Let's get Mr. Cyan out here. And there you see the bung and you see the port that we've taken the bungs out of. And as I say, it's purely because we've broken the seal on the cartridges during the testing procedure. So, just to get the cartridges in, because we can freewheel, it's just a case of you've removed your bung and then you're very gently going to guide it in. There's no need to force it. It does go, it goes very easy. There we go. And you push that down. Now, you must make certain that you hear a click. All 4 cartridges are clicked in, or else they won't recognise, they won't fire up and recognise. Okay, that's the cartridges in. Now, we've put some tapes on, marker tapes. And they work, or guide tapes, they work something like this. At the front and at the end of the restraining bar. And all you would need to do is to align like that. And that's that. Now, you may have to adjust it a little bit, but if you look, what we're trying to do is make sure it can traverse over as far as it can and be fairly tight, and that is. So those marker tapes are doing the job that we want them to. Now, that is the installation in the printer. Let's have a look at the actual ink tank system. Let's open up our tank. And what we do is we will put a little something in there just to put some pressure to make sure these bungs cannot come out. Now, you have a filling bung. This is a priming bung, but this middle one, the small one, is an air bung. You must open this up. So just pull those out. And that allows for airflow, and then you can just quickly close this. We've also got an ink roller here, an ink close roller. If you can see, you've got a slot that tapers down towards, or it moves in towards the ink tank body. By pushing this down, we have closed off the feed of ink, supply of ink to the cartridges. What you need to do I think you can see that clearly. I wonder, can I? Yeah, I think you can see that a little bit better. What you're doing is just getting hold of this here and just pulling that up. And that's it. You've got that sorted. Now, another feature of this HobbyPrint CIS is that you've got tapes on the back here. That allows you to stick the CIS to the printer. If I do that, I would just move it up slightly and attach it just like so, and then tidy up your pipework. I would say at this point that the ink tank must be at the same level as a printer. If it's below, it will not pull the ink up into the print head. If it's above, the ink will drain into your printer, and you don't want that. So keep it at the same level. And yes, certainly you could get away with getting a finger underneath. It's not going to affect anything. And that really is us. We're now really good to go. Let's do a double check. We've got our ink off roller open. We've got our air ports open, inlet ports. Okay, I think we're good to go. So let's power up the printer. And they do put this power in an awkward position. And there we go. Now you're going to see the carriage traverse slowly. What it's doing, because we've turned the power off and then pulled the power lead so that we could traverse the cartridge holder, it's now re-registering and getting it back as it wants to so that it can accurately print